Good day everyone. I'm Currency Geek and welcome to my day two video of the 100 days of technical analysis challenge. So the pair that really got my interest this week is the GBP AUD. So on GBP AUD, what really got my interest is, let me zoom into price or into the chart and let's find out. So if we look left to get right, around this area, or this area to be said, is a buy zone area. And looking right back into it, we can see current market price is at that area. So look at the pattern that formed here. We have a bearish momentum candle, an indecisive candle, then a bullish momentum candle. Now with this one, these are the ways on buy zones form. Now I would want to pick my ray tool to mark out this one. I would not want to mark it out with a box tool because I would love to break down the price action on this on the daily time frame. Now, with this being said, I can now go to the daily time frame. Now, on the daily time frame, looking closely at price, there is some sort of a candlestick pattern here. I'll come back to that later, but let's still go left to look right. Now, we can see the same pattern that formed on the weekly time frame. We have that same pattern forming here: a bearish momentum candle, an indecisive candle, and a bullish momentum candle. Now, this is a buy zone within a buy zone. So, this is a strong confluence that there is a huge tendency that price would move higher on GBP AUD. But we need to gather more confluences to confirm this. But I would love to mark out the buy zone on the daily time frame than mark out the buy zone on the weekly time frame. Although I've kept in mind, or I know in mind, that it's a buy zone within a buy zone. Strong confluence. I can just pick up my box tool and just draw it into current. Well, not that. Okay, yeah. I can now reduce my chart and push it into current market price. So here we go. A little bit of adjustment and yes. So knowing that price is within the buy zone, let's look at current market price now. The current market price, we can see it formed a candlestick pattern, a tweezers bottom candlestick pattern. And tweezers bottom have the history or record of reversing price to move bullish. And most of the candlesticks book we've read and most of the price action we've seen on the chart. Now, let's see if we can get a trend out of this. A trend. Okay, now we can see there's a trend line that aligns perfectly to this. So we can see there's a trend line that aligns perfectly to this. So we might have a reversal around this area, like a possible push to the upside around this area. If this buy zone tends to hold. And I really noticed something when I backtest the charts. When price is either at a buy zone or a sell zone, an indicator or an oscillator must align with that. It can be either overbought or oversold. So let me get my RSI and okay, I already have one on it already. So looking at the RSI, we can see it is completely oversold. That means there is a tendency that bulls or the bulls can come into this market and push price back way up. Now this is another strong confluence. Our confluences are actually piling up. So I would love to go down to the 4 hour time frame and look at what price might be doing on there also. So we can see the price just moved into the zone and is moving higher, but we need to see a strong break of a structure, that's this structure here on the 4 hour time frame before we can possibly say price wants to move higher. Now I would love to get my RSI back on here, and yes, we have a divergence on here. There is a divergence, a bullish divergence to be precise. So knowing that there is a bullish divergence on this time frame, it's another confluence for us that there is a tendency for price to move higher on GBP AUD. So going down to the 1 hour time frame to complete the whole analysis to get a strength on our sentiment, we can see this area of structure broke and price did retest back into it and closed below it. So what I believe, when price breaks an area and retest back into it and close below it, I believe it's a corrective trend, just a corrective minor trend. That's, let's just get the text on this and say this is the text and say this is a CTL, a corrective trend line. So this is a corrective trend line, and they have a history of just breaking out and price moving the other way against the corrective trend line. So what I expect price to do on this is to just possibly move down, then break out and move to the upside. So that's what I expect price to do on the corrective trend line, to possibly move down further, then break out of the corrective trend line. So with this being said, my sentiment on GBP AUD will be to go long on it.